House Bill 562 is something that's been a passion thing for me. Part of the reason I got into politics, and I think we just made some really bad decisions, and with much grace, a time that it presented lots of opportunities to make bad decisions. The whole COVID thing did, right? But we had people declared non-essential based on their legal, lawful occupation. So we ran a bill very similar to this last year, if not identical. And this bill simply doesn't allow a public official to declare you or I non-essential based on our legal occupation. Because you're really denying a person to make a living, to earn a living, provide for their families, keep a roof over their head. There's no constitutional authority for that. And I would even argue that it's an immoral thing to do that. The bill also, if you're harmed by that, if you have a public official that says to you, you are non-essential and can't go to work, that you can bring suit against them. And so we faced some pushback on it last year. We did well with it in the House. It died in the Senate. And I think it's important to Tennessee. It's important to the liberty of Tennesseans to be able to make a living, to earn a living, and apply whatever they think God has gifted them in life with as a career field.
And that's public officials, that's the governor, that's state lawmakers, that's local government officials.
It is. Our Constitution lays out in it that you can't deprive a person, basically in this paraphrase, of their livelihood unless you reimburse them for it. And so these declarations didn't do that, probably wouldn't do that in the future. They couldn't declare that. That would require the General Assembly to act. So it does, yes, prevent public officials all the way down in Tennessee from being able to say to a person, you're non-essential because you're a barber, or because you're a butcher, or a ball player, or anything else that you might have as a profession. I have a good friend that he's my barber, actually. So if my hair's not combed well, don't hold it against my barber. But he told me, he said, I've never been so afraid I was going to lose everything. And he told me that before I ever ran for office. And it's just kind of burned in me that, part of my responsibility is to interpose on behalf of the people I work for. And when someone, whether it's the U.S. government or whether it's someone in Nashville or even in their county, there's an appropriate place for we elected officials to interpose on behalf of the people. And so this is the case. And I know in the counties, many of the county commissioners stood up for their folks, and city councilmen, when these crazy, what I would refer to as unconstitutional edicts come out. But this is my attempt to try to stop it in Tennessee.
And where's this bill at in the committee process?
It'll go into the first House committee this week. I'll be presenting that Wednesday, and the Senate will be soon following. So we're hoping for favorable action. We were able to get the votes for it last year in the House. There was, in the Senate last year, there was a word come out that we wouldn't be able to control rioting if we passed the bill. And I heard that on the House side, and I was able to assuage that concern because the words of the bill simply do not do that. And I don't remember the last time we had the barbers or cosmetologists rioting in Memphis or Nashville or Knoxville anyways. So, and I think that was kind of a foolish thing. I don't know for certain who spread that. I suspect it was somebody from the governor's office. And doesn't necessarily mean it was Governor Lee. Sometimes I have found the bureaucrats are overzealous in their attempts to maintain a chokehold on control. And I think that was probably the case. So surely I think the governor gets a chance to read this and look at it. I would hope that he would be supportive of it as well.
Perfect. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.